Hello everyone, sorry that it was delayed today. I'm David Ainsworth, Head of Communications at the United Nations Secretariat of the Convention on Biological Diversity. Here's a few minutes of briefing for the 28th of March here at the Geneva meetings. So first of all, let you know that yesterday the meeting of SBSTA, the Subsidiary Body on Science, Technology and Technological Assessment, came to a close. They finished their work, completing L documents that will then be sent on to COP. It is important to note that there will need to be intersessional work, that is to say work that happens between now and the meeting of the Conference of the Parties, in particular on marine biodiversity. There's a paper on the sustainable use of marine and coastal biodiversity, and then also one on indicators. As you remember, the indicators work is important. It supports the work of the 2020 Global Biodiversity Framework. The exact nature of that intersessional work is yet to be announced, but it's likely to be a variety of informal ad hoc type of meetings. The Subsidiary Body on Implementation meets today and has its final sessions. In just a few minutes it will start the plenary and it will review the remaining CRPs, or conference room papers. There's quite a few that are on the go, so I won't list them all, but that'll be what happens this morning. And then they will take a break for lunch, and then in the afternoon they will approve the remaining L documents that are there. And in particular, we'll start with the one on resource mobilization, and then moving on through a whole variety. So that body has to finish its work today, so we're hoping that they will be able to finish it over the course of the afternoon. If not, there may be provisions for an evening session on that one as well. And then finally, the working group on the post-2020 Global Biodiversity Framework will continue its work tomorrow. It's important to note that late last night, indeed even into this morning, Contact Group 5, that was doing work on digital sequence information, had a really great breakthrough, and you should see those papers on the website later on this morning. There will be a conference room paper that will be posted that can be dealt by the working group. There's a great deal of work to be done, but it was a very positive step forward to see that all of the work that was sort of managed by the co-leads of the United Kingdom and I believe it was Malawi did an excellent job moving that group forward. So there's a basis of a text that can be at least a CRP that will move forward as well. The Contact Group 2 for the working group is also going to meet either at the end of today, if we don't have a plenary session for the SBI, or indeed tomorrow morning. And then Contact Group 4 will meet tomorrow as well. One of the reasons I was late is we were in the Bureau meeting discussing the nature of intersessional work that will happen. And this is the notion of, will we need another work meeting of the working group? Will we need work related to resource mobilization, etc. So those things are under discussion by the Bureau, so that we should have some sort of announcement made either today in the plenary or indeed tomorrow as well. So I would encourage you to stay on and take a look at how things go with the subsidiary body and implementation, and then indeed for the working group on 2020. There will be a closing press conference tomorrow for this meeting. I expect it's going to be 7 p.m. Geneva time, but I apologize, that might have to be tentative depending on the way that discussions move forward. There are a couple of side events here in Geneva. There's only 2 listed right now. We've got one organized by Planet Tracker, and it's one that looks at rewarding conservation efficiency in marine protected areas. And it's looking at funding-based instruments that are based on outcomes to manage this. And that's organized by Planet Tracker in Salle 14 or Salle 14 on the 2nd floor. And the second event is put by the Global Youth Biodiversity Network called Making the Invisible Visible. This is a proposal by the Global Youth Biodiversity Network for a set of indicators to measure, report, and recognize the contributions of youth to the post-2020 Global Biodiversity Framework. And that's going to be in Salle 4, again at 1:15 today. So I encourage you to take a look, because these are plenary sessions. You'll be able to look at things in just a few minutes and into tomorrow, and we'll see you soon. Thanks. I'm David Ainsworth. Okay, thanks.